The Captain Cook Hotel was packed with laptops, iPads, and members of the Alaska Society for Technology and Education as Senator Mark Begich addressed the society today and unveiled his plans to promote technology in Alaska's classrooms.
It is important that the STEM education come forward because it will help us compete and ensure that we have the kids that will fill the jobs of the future.
The legislation, labeled STEM, would appropriate more than $200 million to further science, technology, engineering, and math education in classrooms across the country. After House Republicans pushed through key budget-slashing measures last week, Begich said it was more important than ever to balance federal and state budgets while still investing in education.
I don't think we have struck that balance. I mean, it's clear by the work that the House did this last week, where they're just kind of taking a meat axe to the budget. There's no question we have to balance this budget, get it in alignment for long-term sustainability. But we have to invest if we're going to be competitive worldwide, in the sense with our young people in the new job market. We have to invest in education.
Begich used words like global competition and motivation to tout his legislation. And while Alaska itself spends millions on technology education annually, Begich said he believes it's not enough.
If we're going to be competitive worldwide, we have to focus on these 4 areas. We can no longer just have them as an extra part of the classroom. It is a core component.
Begich also spoke about the need to overhaul No Child Left Behind, the 2001 legislation that requires schools to reach certain educational benchmarks in return for federal funding. More than 200 Alaskan schools failed to meet those benchmarks last year, but Begich claims the requirements are too inflexible. With the proposed STEM funding, Begich said districts would be able to spend the grants at their discretion with fewer federal requirements.
I think the goal here is, if you allow more of these resources, as we have done with the STEM legislation, allow it to be more local control, more local direction, the results are going to be much better.
Kirsten Adams, your Alaska Link.
Well, Begich announced his plan to reintroduce the bill. It was last heard by a Senate Education Committee in September 2010. And now it's time to check in with